We're in Veritas Backup Exec 16, and I'm going to show you how to convert one of your backups to be a virtual drive, either for Hyper-V or for VMware. So if we take a backup that's already been run, we can convert that into a virtual disk, or we can start out by clicking and choosing to backup and choose backup and then convert to virtual machine. So let's go ahead and choose the option where we've already backed up. And it's the same process, it's just 2 steps instead of 1. So we've already run the backup, now we're doing convert to virtual. So we have one-time convert, or we have convert to virtual from point in time. So let's choose the convert to virtual machine one time, because we only have the one backup to restore. If we had a different point in time or multiple points in time, then we may want to choose a different point in time other than our most recent backup. So let's go ahead and choose Edit, and we can see this has Hyper-V servers on it. So we don't want to virtualize the virtualization. So let's go ahead and uncheck that. We're just virtualizing the physical machine. So let's go ahead and click OK. And then we're going to edit on the right-hand side where it says one-time convert to virtual. And now our wizard has come up and we have the option of when to run the job. We also have the notification option if we want to send an email to whoever's in the notification list. And now here's where you want to have to choose between vCenter and Hyper-V. So if we choose VMware ESX, then you're going to want to choose the server where it is that you want to restore it to. And then you also have the system logon account, and you can add or edit that information if you want here. I'm assuming that your vCenter is going to have a different username and password than your Windows computer is going to have. But I could be wrong about that. So you have the virtual machine name, and by default it gives the name of the physical server. And we can overwrite the virtual machine if it already exists. So if it's already there, we can overwrite it. We can choose a full path to the VMware Tools ISO image by browsing to it. And we can decide how much RAM we want to assign and how many CPUs we want to assign to that particular virtual machine. Now, by default, it's going to put on the full amount that the physical server has. So you probably are going to want to change that to something less in order to not use up all of your resources. You also have the disk configuration option, and you can edit that as well to say the disk type thin or thick. The thin, of course, builds up on the data in the hard drive as it needs it, whereas the thick uses the whole thing all at once. So the thin's going to run a little slower, but it's a little easier on storage, and thick is going to run faster, but it uses all the storage at once. You can also change the disk location as well. So let's cancel that, and let's choose the other option, which is going to be the vCenter, pardon me, which is going to be the Hyper-V instead of the vCenter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back a level, click back on conversion settings, hit the drop down, and then choose Hyper-V. So Hyper-V is a completely different animal. So we have the option here to click add to go to our Hyper-V host, and we can give all of that information on where the Hyper-V host is. Destination file path, an ISO image if we need that as well, and also the same type of server resources here at the bottom. So those are different options for converting a physical server into a virtual server for both Hyper-V and vCenter. When we're all done, we can go ahead and choose OK, but of course we still need to put in a little bit more information here. Let's just go ahead and click on here and choose a location where we want to store it. And we'll just go ahead and choose the C drive right in the root. There we go. And then we click OK. And then if we click OK, it will go ahead and start running the conversion. And again, this does this off of the backup that we had already run. It's not pulling from the live physical server at this very moment. And as far as the amount of time it takes, it could take several hours, it could take a half an hour, it just depends on how large the conversion is, how many gigabytes it's going to do. So that is your conversion in Veritas Backup Exec 16.